Hello there, YouTube! WhiskeyCactus here. And today, we have something quite different. I have no idea how my voice sounds over top of this, how the volume levels are gonna be. But we have here his Chuunibyou. Cannot be cured. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna show. It's a fucking jam, though. I hope they're not expecting me to read all of that. That is way too fast for me to read. Music is my life, same. I'm gonna like you, Yui. Oh. Bei Sensei. Oh god. This game is gonna be my downfall, I can promise you that. Alright, let's go ahead and skip. Here we are. Alright guys, welcome YouTube, WhiskeyCactus here. And we're starting a brand new Let's Play. This is his Chuunibyou Can't Be Cured. Now, what's interesting about this game, I'm gonna go ahead and start, so that I don't have this gigantic music, loud, fucking, bouncy music. There we go. Alright. So, it's a little easier to talk now. Yeah, I have basically no idea anything about this game whatsoever. It's on Steam. It was $15. I got it on sale for under 10, which is pretty awesome. I think it's still, well, I don't know when this is going up, but it's probably no longer on sale. I think it was the sale ended end of March. But yeah, so basically, this is a visual novel. I believe it's also a dating sim, traditional sense rather than like the honey pop sense. But I found out about this game by just one of the voice actors that I follow on Twitter made mention that she was a voice in it. And I think specifically it was the one who was voicing Yui. I think, if I remember correctly. The one who was said music is my life. So, points to you, Yui. But yeah, so I took a look at it, and looked kind of interesting. It has Chuunibyou in the title, and if you're not familiar with Chuunibyou, that is a Japanese concept that is... It exists here, but I don't think there's really any kind of direct translation in the English language for it. It's basically like when you're a high school student, but you still pretend like you're in Dragon Ball Z, like you used to do in middle school, and take it seriously. So, it sounds like our main character is a Chuunibyou, and that's hysterical. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. I don't really know what I'm doing with this series, how long these videos are going to be. I don't know how long this game's going to be. I don't know anything. So, we're going in totally blind. Totally blind, and I like that. So, June. Not again. I can't remember exactly when it started, but for the longest time I've had a recurring dream. Here we go. In my dream, I'm in a dark place. Of course, because we are Edgelord 5000. I can't see, hear, or feel anything. All I know is that I'm covered in darkness. I wait. I always wait. Sometimes, I wait for just a couple of minutes, sometimes for what feels like hours. Sometimes it seems like I have to wait for an eternity before something comes. Because something always comes. You damn right. No. It always starts as a light at the end of a long and dark tunnel. How many times can we say the word dark? It shines brightly, that small light, but it's simply not enough to fully repel the darkness that surrounds me. I am darkness. I am the embodiment of darkness. I stare at it. I always stare at it. Sometimes for a second, sometimes for a minute, sometimes for an hour. This is still in the dream, right? And then I see a silhouette. A silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Does he do the fandango? He's standing right in front of the light. And then it gets bigger. Whoever it is, it's moving closer to me. Closer. I try to call out for it, but no voice comes out from my lips. Closer. 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 The light is disappearing slowly. I can feel the panic bubbling, rising up, bursting up from inside of me. But before the silhouette can reach me, I always wake up. Oh dear. I still can't figure out the meaning of it, but that's alright. I'm sure I'll figure it out someday. I rub the sleep out of my eyes as I stretch my body. The sun feels awfully hot today. Usually I don't mind. Today, though, the warmth of the sun's rays makes me feel extra lazy. Come to think of it, I wonder what the time is now. Glance at the digital clock by my bed. Can't help but widen my eyes at the blinking 0700. 7 o'clock on the screen. What? No way! I jump out of my bed in an instant and hurry to the restroom. I'm late! I'm late! I'm late! As I get to the door, though, I realize something that makes me stop in my tracks. Why am I worried? I just use my power to solve this dilemma in a pinch. Oh god, he's got powers! What kind of powers, June? What do you have? ... I close my eyes and concentrate hard. I have a power that allows me to do anything I want as long as I want it hard enough. ... After a full 2 minutes of concentration, I sigh. I guess I won't be able to get it to work today. Guess you don't want it hard enough, June. Come on, man. Using my power is usually a hit or miss. Most of the time I fail, but I don't give up. I won't give up. My magic is never giving up. I know that in the future the day will come when I won't fail anymore. For now, though, I guess I have to do this on my own. It's like when I was a kid and pretended like I had telekinesis and wondered why it never worked. Oh shoot, I'm still late. I rush over to the bathroom only to be interrupted by somebody suddenly coming into my room. Is it Mom? I bet it's Mom. Oh, never mind. Fuck, it's my little sister, isn't it? Ugh. This is gonna be this kind of game. Hi, Shiro. It's my little sister, Shiro. Well, actually, she's not really my sister. Of course not, because that... that makes it okay to date her, right? Right? That's how this is gonna go? My parents adopted her when she was a baby. Perfect. Not blood-related. Sounds like every manga I've ever read. She's already a high school freshman, but sometimes I think that she still has the mentality of a 6-year-old. Perfect! That's what I want. Ugh. That includes barging into my room, even when I'm only half dressed and not feeling embarrassed about it. What a hassle. Cause I'm running late and my powers aren't working, Shiro. She runs out of my room, still screaming. Now, fuck this bitch. I want to run after her to shut her up, but I manage to stop myself. Oh, for goodness sake, I have no time for this. I'm late for a very important date. What a jam. The music in this game is already top-notch. I'm enjoying this. My name is Jun Mizushima. I'm a third-year high school student at Higashi High. I'm a member of my school's Young Developers Club, and I'm the leader of my very own game development group. What a surprise! He's an otaku! Who would have thought? Also, I have superpowers. Asterisk. The school bell rings, signifying the end of this day's lessons. I grab my bag and run towards the next building, panting and gasping along the way. Okay, so, just out of curiosity, we have quick save, quick load, save, load, back, log, auto, skip, title, quick, config. Alright, what's in config? Before I do anything else, what's in config? I went full screen. English, effect, I guess on, that makes sense. Configure right mouse click, hide window. Okay, I guess that's fine. Confirmation message on, that seems good, I guess. Text, message speed's been fine, window transparency's fine, autoplay is fine. Cancel by choice, I guess that's good. Sound. Ooh, okay, I think I'm going to pull the background volume down a little bit, because I want to make sure that the voice actor for Shiro was kind of buried behind the BGM, I noticed. So I'm just going to pull this down just a little bit. Alright, I think we're good. Can't believe just how late I was to everything today. This morning I got scolded by my homeroom teacher because I arrived 15 minutes late to my first class. Well, yeah, don't do that. During lunchtime, I wasn't able to get my favorite meal at the cafeteria, because they had already run out by the time it was my turn at the counter. I've been there, bro. After class, I was supposed to go to the library to borrow a book that I could use for inspiration in my next game, but when I arrived, they were already closed. Today was the first day of classes after summer break, and it couldn't have been any better.
Hey look, it's that freak. Hey freak, what magic are you doing today?
Magic? He does magic?
That's what he thinks.
I sigh, rubbing my forehead in irritation. A lot of people don't understand how difficult it is to wield superpowers. They think it's easy to be a defender of justice, but it's not. I've had this power for years, but until now I can't get them to work perfectly. Especially when other people ask me to show them. Using them is usually a hit or miss. Many times it's the latter, but sometimes I do manage to get something done, especially when I'm by myself and nobody can witness it. Luckily. He sounds like a Chuunibyou to me. Nailed it. I flinch upon hearing that term. It's not the first time I've heard that said about me. I hear it sometimes, spoken in hushed voices, in the hallways, the classroom, the cafeteria, in quiet conversations that I was never meant to be a part of. That's what they call me, Chuunibyou. But that's not me. A Chuunibyou is someone with delusions of power. I don't have delusions of power. I have powers. I know that for a fact. I'm so fucking edgy. What a weirdo, huh? With the proudest look I can muster, I just walk past them, not letting their words get to me. Why don't you cast magic on them? That'll show them. As I get further away, I start running. I still am late, after all. This day cannot possibly get any worse. Until we run into a cute girl who also has Chuunibyou powers, right? I stop for a while to catch my breath after I arrive at my destination. This new building was recently built in order to host all the clubs in our school. It's not really mandatory, but everyone's encouraged to join at least one, apparently for a more holistic kind of education. That's a good point. You know, you should, coming from somebody who really didn't join any clubs in high school, you should get involved. I waited till college to get involved in a club, and I kind of wish I would have done it sooner. But, yeah, do it. Take responsibility for things. It's good. Builds character. Luckily, students have the option to join a whole variety of clubs. Don't join the Going Home Club. That's lame sauce. There are social clubs, art clubs, talent clubs, academic clubs, and of course computer science clubs, like the game development club that I'm in. I wish we had a game development club. I would have done that. Come on, man. We didn't have any of that in my high school. Within the club, we are also further subdivided into different groups. I have my own group, along with 4 fellow club members who are also interested in games. I bet they're all women and they're going to be my harem. Most computer science clubs aim to complete at least one program or software before the end of the year, and game development groups are no different. This semester, my group plans to finally release our first game. What that is, I still have no idea, to be honest. Before classes ended last spring, we agreed to come up with different ideas on our own. Today, we'll see if we can finally start making our very own game. Well, that's cool. This is a bitchin' room. Look at all that weeb shit on the walls. Alright. This is my kind of club room. Push the door open, wearing a tired smile on my face. Hey! Sorry I'm late. Today has been a pretty long day. They all look at me with various degrees of boredom on their faces. Still, I keep smiling, trying not to let the less-than-warm welcome affect me. Hey there, Takahiro. I thought this game was voice-acted. What the fuck? I gotta do these voices? Ugh. I'm not gonna remember them. I have to go back to, like, my Tales of Symphonia voices. Let me think. This guy looks like he would kind of be a Regal voice. Or a Kratos voice. Let's go deep. Let's go, hey. This guy's name is Takahiro Fukuyama. Call him Taka for short. He's a really good programmer, which is why I have him in my group. I don't want to brag about my team, but Takahiro was considered a prodigy by our previous club advisor. I remember it clearly the day he said that Taka was going places someday. He said that straight to Taka's face in front of everybody. Nothing like putting pressure on. If only he wasn't so lazy, that is. Oh, okay, so he's got to have like a listless kind of voice. Alright, let's go with that. I'll amend the Regal voice to fit him. Long time no see, man. He approaches me and raises his hand to give me a high five, but the awkwardness on his face is pretty apparent. I'm willing to bet that he's trying to hide something from me. What did this guy do again? What seems to be the problem? Well, before Taka could reply, Yui Kitamura jumps in between us. She's one of our good friends, as well as a second member of my group. Oh, is this gonna be my waifu? I think this is gonna be my waifu. Yui was originally a band guitarist and vocalist before she decided to get into game development. She's definitely gonna be my waifu. 100%. I've already decided. As far as I know, she still does gigs for different events every now and then. She's so versatile that she can sing practically any kind of song. This summer, she had gone to a wedding reception in order to perform some ballads. She sang so well that the younger brother of the bride apparently developed a crush on her. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight him. I heard that he likes her so much he repeatedly asked Yui for her number, trying to get a date. Come to think of it, I never found out what happened after that. Well, looks like I know who's on my shit list. Maybe I should ask her for an update one of these days. Yui grins widely at me.
Ask him what he was doing while we were waiting for you.
Hey, you. I just stare at Takehiro's face, pretending to guess. He's obviously trying and failing to look innocent. Not that it matters anyway. Knowing Taka, it's fairly easy to guess just what exactly he was doing. And I don't even have to use my powers to do it. Oh. Let's see what they have to say first. Well, let's do that thing that you do. Let's do that thing that you do when you play a, visual novel, and we will save scum every fucking thing. You tell me.
But you didn't even guess.
Oh, that was the wrong choice. Alright. Load. I don't want to make Yui mad at me. I give up. Huh, I give up. What?
That fast?
Yeah, she likes that a little bit better, I think.
So maybe it isn't as easy to guess as I thought.
Maybe.
Anyway.
The grin on Yui's face only seems to have gotten bigger.
He's been playing video games.
What a nerd! Taka gives her a glare. I like how the female voices are dubbed, and the male voices are not. Clearly, one is preferred over the other. Gee, thanks for selling me out, Kitamura.
No props, Taka.
He's slowly becoming the Zelos voice, I think. Taka rolls his eyes in irritation before turning back to me. That doesn't work, though, because the Zelos voice is more kind of like the Matthew McConaughey, kind of like chill womanizer kind of voice. It's not going to work with this guy. I was doing it for inspiration. I don't know. I gotta work on it.
Inspiration, my butt.
Yui. Yui just laughs, shaking her head. Never mind. We're here to discuss far more important things today. The two of them glance at each other, looking nervous all of a sudden. Even without using my powers, I can sense their aversion to the topic I'm about to propose. I presume you two already know what I'm talking about.
Dunno.
I let out a sigh. Guys, you know we can't just... To my surprise, somebody suddenly whacks my head from behind. Ow! What was that? I hurriedly look behind me while rubbing the sore spot on my head. I swear, if I get a bump from this... Oh, geez. It's gonna be the tsundere. As expected, I see none other than Sumiki? Sumiki. I'm gonna go with that. Toyoguchi, the scenario writer for our game. Also known as my childhood friend, of course. Childhood friend and resident tsundere. An eternal guest to my humble abode. Sumiki, that hurt. Oh, she's not voice acted. Alright. Well, I gotta come up with a voice for her. She's gotta be like the fierce, pissed off chick. Alright. I meant for it to hurt, so that you'll learn your lesson. She crosses her arms in front of her chest, looking visibly annoyed. Perhaps, in this case, annoyed would be an understatement. If I didn't know her, I'd positively assume that she's angry at me. After all, her eyes look like hot coals burning right through every fiber of my being right now. Is this about... Yes, it's about you being late. Well, I'm sorry, I guess. Sorry. If only you had woken up when I knocked on your door earlier. Maybe you would not have been late. Fun fact about Tsumiki. She lives in my house. Oh, God. Why, though? Why does she live in your house? We're going for high literary quality here. I promise. Yeah, I lied about her being a guest. The truth is, she's been living in my house for a couple of years now, and our parents are totally cool with it. Hell, we practically grew up together. It's a pretty long story, though. Ah, you knocked on my door. Her eyes seemed to burn even hotter at my question. Do you not know that being late is not a good thing at all? I do, but... No excuses. She walks toward the corner of the room, sitting down rather harshly on the small couch. The couch makes a loud and rather obscene sound, making both Yui and Taka behind me laugh. This, however, doesn't even startle the girl right next to her, who's busy sketching at the moment. Oh god, here comes the rest of my harem. Who's this? As a matter of fact, it doesn't even seem like she's noticed the ruckus going on in the room. I sigh to myself. As always, she's in her own little world again. Meet Ai Takanashi, my team's artist. An aspiring mangaka, she never fails to practice her drawing skills every single day. Not that she needs to. If there's one thing I know about her, it's that she's one hell of a talented artist. She's one hell of a butler. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say she's gonna be the Shrinking Violet character. And a very diligent one to boot. Sometimes, though, she tends to go a bit overboard, sketching even when she's not meant to be sketching. Kinda like right now, I guess. I walk up to her, hoping she'll at least notice me standing. Notice me, senpai. A few seconds pass, she's not even looking up from her sketch pad. I move a little bit closer, trying to block the light. To my surprise, or perhaps not, she just smoothly moves away, recapturing the light on her drawing once more. Yeah, she's gonna be that emotionless girl character. I sigh. Well, what did I expect? I finally decide to speak up. We're not going to get anywhere unless I do, after all. Hey, Ai. What's up? Her pencil stops moving, but her eyes are still planted on her drawing. I wait for a few more seconds until she finally looks up at me.
Hey there, Jin.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't notice you.
Okay. Well, she's voice acted. So why not, Tsumiki? Yeah, I noticed. Hey, how's your art coming along? Without a word, she raises her sketch pad to my face. To my dismay, all I see are random doodles and sketches, nothing related to the game project at hand. Well, we don't even know what game we're making! Isn't that what we're discussing now? Why would she know what to be drawing? In one sketch, though, I can see what seems to be Yui and Taka fighting over a pretty girl. Oh. Is there a reason that we might not be able to date Yui? Is that Tsumiki? I smile mischievously to myself. Wow, her drawing of Tsumiki seems even prettier than the real thing. Oh god, don't say that! That's so mean. So I imagines these two to be fighting over her. Even Yui, eh? Heh. Can't help but smirk as I glance at Tsumiki, who gives me an angry glare. But of course, perhaps even the world's best artist won't be able to fully convey Tsumiki's evil look. Looking away from Tsumiki, I smile at Ai. She just stares at me with a really bored gaze as I return her sketchpad. I like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We stare at each other awkwardly for a few more seconds, before she looks down on her sketchpad once again. Damn it, June, you suck. As the other three approach us, I sit on the opposite side of the table, near the couch. They all sit down beside me, looking very expectant. Tsumiki seems to have calmed down, at least. Ai is still sketching, but I'm pretty sure she'll pay attention once the meeting starts anyway. Seems like we're ready to begin. Ahem. All of them, including Ai, turn towards me. But before I can start talking, Yui suddenly puts one arm around me. Nice! Already making progress.
So man, what's the plan?
Yeah, what's the plan? I give them both an evil glare. I plan to start this meeting, that's what.
Right. Right, go on.
I heave in frustration. How much worse can these buffoons get? Clearing my throat, I look at each of them, one by one. Thankfully, they all look rather serious. So as you know, our goal for this semester is to finally finish and release a game for the general public to enjoy. As members of our school's Young Developers Club, it's our duty to show everyone that we've got something to offer all of them. We shouldn't let them down, alright?
Alright.
Hell
Righto.
yeah! Right.
This is so odd that only half of them are voice acted. Why is that the case? I smile triumphantly as I raise my hand to my face. Is this a full release or is this a demo? This might be a demo. I'm not sure. I thought it was it was out of beta. I don't know. I smile triumphantly as I raise my hand to my face. Alright, I'm glad you all seem psyched about this. So here's the plan. For today, we'll start pitching our ideas together. Personally, what I have in mind is a visual novel and RPG hybrid. I believe the latter shouldn't be too hard for Taka to code anyway. Takahiro just gives me a thumbs up. So basically, it's a story-based adventure game, but with battle scenes similar to traditional console games. Any comments?
That sounds good.
Got no problem with it. Alright, great to know you guys agree. Now let's hear your ideas. ... Guys? All of a sudden, the room gets really quiet. I swear I can hear a pin drop in this place. I feel stuffy, like a thick cloud just appeared out of nowhere and decided to weigh us down. Nobody dares utter a single word. I stare at them, waiting for answers, but they all just share glances with each other, looks of panic and worry crossing over their faces. Guys? Still nothing. I sigh. This is exactly what happened last term. This is why until now we still haven't completed a single game. Nobody seems to want to take the initiative, to take the lead, to just begin. Before we went on our break, I told everyone to think things through and prepare their suggestions for next term. I had hoped that they would be bursting with ideas now, or even just a single one at the very least. It seems like I was wrong. I didn't want to do this, but I guess I have to if I want to get some input from these people. I turned to Sumiki in order to ask her if she could share us her thoughts. Before I can call her, though, she already starts speaking on her own.
I'm not sure if this is possible, but perhaps can we make a game that is more focused on romance?
Sumiki, our game is focused on romance. We're gonna make a visual novel with RPG elements, remember? She nods, laughing nervously.
Of course, I remember. I just thought perhaps we should focus more on the story, that's why.
Oh, let's endear ourselves to her a little bit. Childhood friend, after all, right? We can overwrite this one. Hello? I guess I can't overwrite that one. I don't know. What's going on? Everything's frozen. There we go. Okay. She has a point. Huh, she brings up a pretty valid point. I don't know necessarily that I want to try to make everybody happy, though, because I might not be able to... I might have to, like, pick one and just go and try to downplay everybody else. I'm not sure. Too early to say yet. Huh, she brings up a pretty valid point. I nod, pondering over her input. It's definitely something we can consider, given our genre of game. I open my mouth to speak, only to be cut off by Yui suddenly exhaling beside me. I turn to her. With a frown on her face, she doesn't seem exactly pleased about this development in the discussion. Alright, well... I think I want to make Yui happy. I think I would prefer to make Yui happy. So we'll say at least she said something. To be honest, I don't really agree, but that's just me. Besides, I'm just glad there was at least some form of input. Same deal? I turn to her. Alright, well, if it's gonna be the same either way... then we'll do that. Alright, that's fine. Okay.
Hey,
Alright, okay. Last time, I promise. Last time, I promise. We're gonna go with this answer. Alright.
Hey, that's not right, Sumiki.
So they're pronouncing it Sumiki. Alright. So that's, I guess that is the canon pronunciation. That is what I will go with. Sumiki looks appalled.
Excuse me?
Takahiro frowns at her from his peripheral vision.
Yeah, it's not.
Whoa! He's got a voice! Guys, he's got a voice. This time, Sumiki seems thoroughly confused. Even I'm confused. What's going on here?
Did I say something wrong?
Yui nods. The way she does so makes it appear like Sumiki has just committed a mortal sin against her. I love how Yui is a pink-haired musician, little like half pint. Makes me think of Angel Beats. Yui being Yui once again. It's sometimes crazy how passionate this girl can be about something. Sometimes she doesn't give a damn, but sometimes she just cares way too much. Come to think of it, the same can be said about the rest of my team too.
Tell me, did I say something wrong?
Now Sumiki, something, is looking very gravely at Yui. Talk about two very passionate individuals. Ugh, I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, you did.
What?
Yui strikes a serious pose first before answering. Couldn't stop my eyeballs from trying to roll to the back of my head.
You tried to shift the focus of our game development to writing.
Sumiki blinks at the other girl.
And what's the matter with that? You know our game should have all the best music. We all know that without music, a game is practically dead.
So why must we focus on writing when we should also consider the musical quality?
Why not both? Wait, Yui, I think... Suddenly, I makes a small noise. I?
Without art, what will the game even look like? A game isn't all about writing or music. Art is more important in my opinion.
But you're an artist. Of course that's what you're bound to think.
Sumiki waves her hands in front of her face, trying to get Yui's attention.
Yui, look. I never said that those other elements are not important. All I was saying is that I'd rather focus first on the story because I believe that it is the most important part.
I love how it just pops up with him between every line, just like face palming.
Once we finish it, then we can already move on to...
Nope, not true. Not even an inch.
I groan out loud. What is it now? Takahiro slides out from the couch, moving closer to the table in the center of the room. With a serious air to him, he looks at us one by one. You guys are all forgetting the real most important part.
Which is...
The code? Taka grins at all of us, like a monkey who just gotten the last banana. What? The programming, of course. Oh, I don't care about this dude. You gotta be kidding me. Jeez. Taka, I appreciate the input and all, but... Why? It does make sense. Without the programming, the game won't even exist as a game. Might as well be a painting, or a song, or a book, right? And since we're a game development group, surely programming is the most important part. The other three all glare at Takahiro angrily.
Try creating a game without a story, then.
I'm sorry, Sumiki, but it's possible to create a game without a story.
You damn right, just...
Without art, however.
Uh-huh. Just look at Pac-Man. Or Frogger. Or literally anything for the Atari.
Music is the soul of all forms of media. Except written ones. A game is no different.
I still kind of agree with Yui a little bit. Because music Makes the world go round, man. Nah, don't even try to compete with programming. 4 of them continue bickering with each other, getting louder and louder as the seconds tick by. This time, the room is starting to feel smaller and smaller, almost suffocatingly so. The noise of their petty fighting is already irritating my ears. I just sigh, pinching the bridge of my nose. I wonder if they even remember what we're here for. Maybe I can use my power right now to stop this. I close my eyes, concentrating really hard. I know if I try hard enough, then I can do whatever I want. That's my power. And with it, I can make them stop fighting. I can hear the bickering getting fainter. Fainter still. Ugh. Finally, everything is quiet. Whew. Thank goodness I got them to stop. I opened my eyes only to see all 4 of them staring at me with confused expressions on their faces.
Hey man, what's wrong with you?
I got powers, bitch. What's wrong with you? I just smile at them, shaking my head. Glad to know my power didn't let me down this time. Don't tell me, were you trying to conjure some sort of trick again, June? I hear Sumiki groan quietly. I look at her, and she just stares at me without saying a word. I think I can guess what's going on in her mind, though. I've been practicing my power at home for quite some time now. And I know Sumiki has seen some of those practice sessions. Nevertheless, she says nothing about it. Not to me, nor to anyone else. I shake my head, waving one hand dismissively at them. Here they are, treating my powers like some sort of magic trick again. If I wanted to, I bet I can use my power to solve this issue with a snap of a finger. Snap of one finger? That takes a lot of skill, man. But I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to get into that habit. They all just stared at me blankly. So we're gonna have to do this manually. Are you ready to discuss like adults now? Sumiki crosses her arms across her chest as she leans back on the couch. I nods, looking at me attentively. Takahito and Yui both shrug, but I see that they're once again willing to talk it over instead of just bickering about it. Guys, here's the thing. We're not in a competition with each other here, alright? We're all here to work together on a single goal, and that is to make a game. We're not here to compare which element of a game is more important. Whether it's writing, or art, or music, or programming, that doesn't matter at all. What matters is that we manage to put all those elements together in order to finish a game. Understand? The cloud in the room seems to have immediately lifted at my question. All 4 of them nod, much to my relief. That said, though, we do have to start somewhere, and I suggest we decide on just one thing for now. I eye Yui carefully. Just to be clear, this doesn't in any way mean that I'm holding one element higher than the other. This is just going to be the starting point of our discussion. Our guitarist and singer scoffs at me.
Yeah, I get you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Taka laughs, shaking his head. So what do you suggest? Is that alright with you guys if I decide?
Well, yeah, of course.
Then I say, let's first discuss the... Oh, I get to pick. This is big. This means I get to pick who, like... Oh shit, alright. Well, right now I'm kind of leaning towards Yui. Let's go with others. Yui looks at me in surprise.
What do you mean by other things?
Other things like gameplay, perhaps even music. The redhead in our team. Redhead? Pinkhead. The pinkhead, clearly. And our team looks at me with eyes so big they could be mistaken for saucers.
That's but...
She starts to smile, but Takahito shakes his head. That's a bad idea. We don't need to focus on gameplay first, as we already know what the gameplay will be like. This will be a choice-based game with your standard RPG elements, similar to Harvest Sun games. For any additional extras, that will depend on what we want to do in the future. For now, I say it's a waste of time to spend it on something that we all know about anyway. Huh, you've got a point. Yeah, he may have a point, but I made the choice that Yui liked. So that's all that matters. And the music. He turns to Yui, his head slightly tilted to the side. Sorry, Kitamura, but it's not usually the first priority in these kinds of things. Yui does a sideways glance defensively.
I know that.
I turn to the other two female members of our group. Any comments then?
None for me.
Oh, she has a voice too! What the fuck, man? What's going on? This is very inconsistent. I don't understand. And that was a very different voice than I was expecting out of her. Ai shakes her head, a few hair strands falling over her ears as she does so. Alright then, that's settled. Since we now know what we won't be focusing on, that leaves us with two things, art and writing. Well, writing over art, I think. Correct? Sumiki does her best to keep her face neutral, but it's obvious to me that she's pleased with the turn of events.
Seems to be the case.
Alright.
I agree.
I glance at Yui. She seems disappointed, but nevertheless accepting of the decision. Yeah, let's get a move on then. Can you already handle all the gameplay mechanics, Taka? Huh. Leave it all to me. That settles it then. We'll focus on the art and writing first. Art for promotional purposes, and writing so that we'll know how to start. Ready for the brainstorming, girls? And dude?
Ready.
We start discussing all the aesthetics and plot points that we want to see in the game, while I and Sumiki take notes, respectively. I couldn't help but keep glancing back at Yui, though. She still seems quite disappointed, despite sharing a few ideas or two. But knowing her, she'll probably get over it in a while. Alright. Well, guys, I think this is a good enough spot, since we're now changing the scene a little bit, to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Brand new series. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a like, and definitely leave me a comment down below. What do you think of the game so far? What are you expecting out of it? Do you want to see more visual novels? Because I'm probably going to be doing more visual novels. That seems to be an easy way to get new content, whereas with console games, not that it's visual novels versus consoles, but like with console games, I'm kind of just limited to what I have, because it's really fucking expensive to go buy new console games. And visual novels are fairly easy to play, and a lot of times they're fucking hysterical. Especially in the case of stuff like this and Honey Pop and all of that. So, let me know. Do you want to see more visual novels? And what do you think of this game so far? Also, make sure you're subscribed for more content. More Chuunibyou, as well as whatever else I'm playing on the channel at this time. I imagine I'm still probably playing The Letter in Exilia. Because those just feel like they're never going to end. So, yeah, make sure you're subscribed for more content, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.